Hey everyone, welcome back to Rich and Free. This video is about how to level up your financial game. We're talking real financial intelligence, unconventional leverage, psychology, and business strategy. If this video does well, I'll turn it into a series. A quick disclaimer, this isn't some magic formula to get rich overnight. It won't replace hustle, discipline, and yes, a bit of luck. But it will increase your odds of success. First question, why are you broke? If you feel lost, confused, or stuck in life, here's the brutal truth. You're broke. You're not confused, you're just financially insecure. Because when you have money, your problems shrink. Or at least they become better problems. Dating? Relationships? All of that gets way easier when you're not constantly stressed about rent. There's a study in the psychology of relationships that surveyed thousands of women on what they prioritize in a partner. The number one answer? Financial stability. That's reality. You don't have to like it, but understanding the game helps you play it better. Part 1. How do you make more money? First, let's define what money actually is. Most people think it's just cash, but there are two kinds of money. An active income, money from work. This is your paycheck. If you make $6,000 a month, but after rent, bills, and food, you have $1,500 left. That $1,500 is your true economic value. That's what you're contributing to the economy beyond survival. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, that means your employer is extracting 100% of your value. You're getting used up like a disposable battery. 2. Wealth, money that works for you. This is the money that keeps growing even when you're asleep. And this is where real financial freedom starts. The richest people didn't get wealthy by working overtime. They got wealthy by 1. Creating something new and distributing it at scale. Amazon, Tesla, Apple. 2. Investing in early-stage businesses, venture capital, private equity. 3. Writing books or creating intellectual property that sells for decades. J.K. Rowling, personal finance authors. 4. Buying up assets that appreciate over time, real estate, stocks, royalties. Think about it. Jeff Bezos didn't become a billionaire by working at an Amazon warehouse. He built the system, and systems make money indefinitely. And what is the fastest way to build wealth? Now, if you don't have millions to invest, how do you start? Here's the formula. 1. Develop a high-value skill. Forget slow learning. In today's world, you don't have years to master a skill. You have months. Pick something with direct earning power. Sales and marketing. If you can sell, you will never be broke. Business psychology. Understanding consumer behavior is a cheat code. Coding and AI. Tech is the biggest wealth driver right now. Content and storytelling. Social media isn't just for fun, it's a business. 2. Find leverage. Most people work harder, not smarter. Leverage means using systems, technology, or people to multiply your efforts. Examples. 1. A salesperson makes money one client at a time. 2. A course creator makes money from thousands at once. 3. A software founder makes money from millions without extra effort. 3. Move fast and stay ahead. Forget waiting years for success. The internet allows you to go from zero to expert in 6 to 12 months. How? Study trends before they explode. AI, automation, new media. 2. Build in-demand skills and market them relentlessly. 3. Pivot quickly when opportunities change. These people aren't just lucky. They have something in common. They can learn insanely fast and become experts in no time. They have sharp business instincts. They sense trends before others. They've either built influence early or have high-value skills that act as leverage. And the truth is, money itself is a skill. It's a form of leverage. If you've stacked up cash, you can hire talent, buy resources, and speed up execution. So here's the big takeaway. The old way of making money, buying a shop, collecting rent, and watching passive income roll in, that's fading fast. These days, the game is different. Wealth is built on leverage, influence, tech, systems, support. Part 2. Let's talk about debt. Recently, I've been checking out the second-hand market. 1. A used car that originally cost $40,000, now worth barely $4,000. 2. A 2018 MacBook that cost over $1,000, now selling for $400. 95% of the stuff we buy loses value so fast it's not even funny. Yet people keep falling for the biggest financial scam of our generation, lifestyle debt. Every app, every bank, every fintech company, they're all begging you to take out loans. And guess what? Most young people today have negative net worth. Not because they're not earning, but because every dollar they make is instantly eaten by loans, impulse buys, and lifestyle inflation. You ever notice how a broke dude still has $500 sneakers, the latest iPhone, designer clothes? Meanwhile, their bank account is empty. This is not an accident. This debt-driven culture started overseas and took over the world. And let me tell you the hard truth. If you start saving aggressively now, you'll financially outpace 90% of your peers in just a few years. A little experiment I ran on myself. I used to game too much, so I downgraded my phone. Started with an iPhone XR, still played games just fine. Switched to an iPhone 8 Plus, same thing. Finally went ultra budget, some random $600 Android phone. Guess what? It still worked. Smartphone performance has been overkill for years, but we're brainwashed into thinking we need the latest model. And it's not just phones, it's everything. Most of what we buy only affects our emotions, not our actual quality of life. And if you're buying it on debt, that's not just an unnecessary purchase. That's financial self-sabotage. There's a huge difference between good debt and garbage debt. A YouTuber buying a new phone to review? That's good debt. It helps them make money. A random person upgrading from iPhone 12 to iPhone 13, garbage debt. The crazy part? Banks and credit card companies love trapping people with low-interest loans. They'll increase your credit limit, give you easy monthly payments, and before you know it, you're stuck in a lifelong cycle of paying interest. The worst part? Most people don't even realize how insanely high the interest rates on overdue credit cards are. 99% of people will never access high-quality debt. That's because banks don't offer good debt. You have to actively seek it out. Step 1, kill all bad debt. Cancel every online loan app. Cut up those credit cards. Step 2, pay it down smartly. Let's say you owe $10,000 in debt. Here's how you get out. Take your monthly income. Half goes to basic living expenses. The other half? Split it between savings and debt. Repayment, but never throw 100% into repaying debt. Because if you don't save, you'll just end up borrowing again when an emergency hits. And once you break free from debt, that's when real wealth building begins. Part 3, breaking the time income barrier. Everyone gets the same 24 hours, but only a few people unlock the cheat code. If you make $100 per hour, you're capped at $800 per day. If you're salaried at $6,000 per month, your daily pay is fixed. And here's where most people fail. They try to work harder. They try to move up in the company, but that only shifts the cap slightly higher. It doesn't break the system. The people who truly break free, they stop trading time for money. Instead, they build systems that generate passive income. Create scalable content, YouTube courses, digital products. Use leverage, other people's time, money, and expertise. Part 4, biggest money systems that actually work. All right, let's get into the actual money-making systems. Because if you're stuck in the old ways of making money, you're already losing. Want the new money printer, coding and digital automation. Every time you hear about some random person making millions overnight, it's almost always related to coding. Why? Software scales automatically. Low overhead, high leverage. Once built, it prints money forever. Think about this. A solo developer builds an app, leads to 10 million in revenue. A coder launches an AI tool, leads to 100 million in acquisitions. A SaaS startup leads to passive income, exponential scaling. Code isn't just code. It's the closest thing to a financial cheat code. If you can write programs, build websites, automate business processes, you hold unlimited leverage. 2, the most underrated system, content creation. This is the big one that people still underestimate. Building an audience is building infinite leverage. But here's what it takes: deep focus. If you're constantly distracted, you'll never create high-value content. Foundational knowledge. You need a core skill: psychology, sales, tech, storytelling, something that gives you a voice. Time investment. No one goes viral overnight. Even the biggest creators you see, they grinded for years before hitting massive growth. Why is content so powerful? No matter how much money you throw at it, it doesn't guarantee success. Some people start with just a phone and go viral. A high-budget production doesn't always beat a one-man, low-cost setup. It's about ideas, execution, and consistency. Most people fail not because they're untalented, but because they never even start. If you go all in, build momentum, and carve your niche, you will eventually create a system that prints money. Part 5, the problem with most people's approach. A lot of people start creating content with zero plan for making money. They just assume that ads will magically pay the bills. This is wrong. The most successful content creators design monetization into their strategy from day one. Here's the harsh truth. Channels that make money early on tend to make even more later. Channels that struggle to monetize usually stay stuck. This is why business-focused creators win. They sell courses. They offer premium content. They build email lists. They control their revenue, not YouTube. Selling courses, coaching, or digital products is the fastest way to turn your content into a real business. Because unlike physical products, digital goods have zero inventory costs, unlimited scalability, 100% profit margins. If you can package knowledge into a product, you completely break the time for money cycle. Part 6. Independent income and the escape plan. Most people don't actually need a startup. They just need an independent income stream. If you have a job, start thinking about what skills you've built that can be sold independently, what services you can offer without needing a boss, what projects you can start that create passive income. Independence isn't about being your own boss. It's about controlling your income so no one else can cut it off. A graphic designer who builds a personal brand and sells digital assets? Independent. A video editor who shifts to creating content instead of just editing? Independent. A real estate agent who starts a content-driven sales funnel instead of relying on cold calls? Independent. Once you gain financial independence, you unlock the next level: leverage, scaling, and true freedom. All right, then, how can you achieve that? Let's break it down. Behind every independent business, there's a web of skills. A, B, C, D, each one critical. Miss just one and the whole thing collapses. So how should you work? Think of it like collecting trading cards when you were a kid. Your goal? Complete the set. Unlock the full deck. Most jobs don't pay much. A normal salary maxes out at maybe $10K a month, and that's if you're doing really well. Some people are barely scraping by on $2K a month. If your job isn't helping you collect skills, it's pointless. You're just trading time for money. What we need is work that builds real independence. Work that lets us own a project, not just a paycheck. Here's the truth. If you love an industry and see its potential, you should go all in. But you don't need to be the next Elon Musk to make money. Big players serve elite clients. But ordinary users? They're the biggest market. Even mid-level expertise can print money, because normal people need services, not just billion-dollar corporations. The formula is simple. Study successful business models. Reverse engineer how they make money. Adapt it to something you can execute. You don't have to build the next Tesla. Just build something profitable at your level and scale up. And most importantly, take care of your health while grinding. Burnout won't make you rich. Part 7. The hard truth about stocks and equity. Some people say, just invest in the market. That's nonsense for most beginners. Stocks aren't just about knowledge, they're about experience. Even with perfect analysis, you still need time in the game to build real judgment. And here's something people don't say enough. Real wealth doesn't come from grinding full-time jobs. It comes from ownership. There are only 2 real ways to get rich. Build a company and scale it using equity and stock options. Invest early in private companies and cash out when they explode. This is what every tech billionaire did in their 20s and 30s. They either built a startup, raised funding, and got acquired, or invested early in startups, held for years, and hit a home run. But let's be real. Most people don't have millions to invest up front. That's why the real game starts with small business ownership, skill stacking, and smart investing. Part 8, the hardest truth about learning. You want to know why it's so easy to get ahead? Because 90% of people stop learning after college. It doesn't matter if you went to Harvard or dropped out of high school. Most people graduate and never study another skill again. So if you just keep improving, time is your biggest advantage. Find 1 or 2 breakout opportunities. Use small money to test ideas, train your investment skills, and build judgment. Play long-term. Even if you take some L's, you'll eventually hit one big win. Part 9, the power of influence in digital business. Now let's talk about the real wealth engine of the modern age: influence. There's a reason digital entrepreneurs print money. Here's a case study that blew my mind. An Indian doctor built a YouTube business from scratch. He made over $3 million. Where did the money come from? 1. $35 million from online courses. 2. $520,000 from ads. 3. $390,000 from viral videos. 4. Book royalties. 5. Real estate income. 6. Affiliate links and sponsorships. 1 content system. Multiple revenue streams. The key? He created value first, then monetized influence. And that's why content is so powerful. If I dropped a book right now, it probably wouldn't sell. Why? Not enough visibility. But if I build influence, that book sells automatically. That's why I'm doubling down on video, upgrading my production, and expanding my reach. Once you have attention, audience, and credibility, you can monetize in 1,000 ways. Okay, this video covered a lot, but we're just getting started. If you really liked it, drop a comment. See you in the next one. Let's build something big.